Today we are going to look at solving two-step equations, part 2. Right, so we already have introduced the basic idea, and our basic idea is that we're doing order of operations backwards. So we said, right, we're undoing addition and subtraction first, and we're doing multiplication and division second. But this is all dependent on there being no parentheses, because we know parentheses are always last. Okay, so if we look at number 1 here, right, we're going to draw our line. We're identifying our variables, so that's telling us which side of the equation to look at. So I want to look over here. I'm ignoring this side for the time being, and I'm looking to see if there's any addition or subtraction. There is addition or subtraction, right? So I'm going to look in front of the 5, and I undo adding 5 by subtracting 5. Okay, so 17 minus 5 gives me 12. Those 5 cancel, so my negative 2x falls straight down. All right, my next step is going to be to undo multiplication or division. So this says negative 2 times x. I undo multiplication with division. So x will equal negative 6. So look at number 2. Right, that 8 is attached with addition or subtraction, but remember with addition and subtraction, we always look in front. That 8 is positive, so I'm going to move a positive 8 by subtracting 8. So my 8's cancel. Whatever I do not cancel out falls straight down. So straight down, I am bringing down a negative y. So negative y equals negative 5. Now, when I have that negative y, that means there's really a 1 in front of it, right? So that says negative 1y equals negative 5. Or negative 1 times y equals negative 5. So I need to undo multiplication with division. My 1's cancel. And negative 5 divided by negative 1 is positive 5. Number 3. I'm going to draw my line. Here's my variable, right? So I'm focusing on this side. That 30 I'm ignoring right now. Right? This 10 is attached with addition and subtraction, but I'm always looking in front. So I see nothing in front, so it's positive. And I undo a positive with a negative. So 30 minus 10 gives me 20. My 10's cancel, and that gives me a negative 1/2 x. Right, so the same thing as before. This is negative 1/2 times x, and I undo multiplication with division. So 20 divided by negative 1/2 gives me a negative 40. Use your calculator if you need to. And we could rewrite that as x equals negative 40. Number 4, I'm drawing my line. Here's my variable. Right? I'm looking to see if there's any addition or subtraction, which there is. So I'm going to undo adding 1 by subtracting 1. So my 1's cancel. Negative 6 minus 1 gives us a negative 7. Then we will undo dividing by negative 2 by multiplying by negative 2. Right, so my negative 2's cancel, and negative 7 times negative 2 gives me a positive 14. Number 5. Here's my line. Here's my variable. Now, these are both multiplication and division. I don't see any addition or subtraction. Right? So we said we sort of think about this as being in parentheses. So I need to move this 5 first. So I'm going to undo dividing by 5 by multiplying by 5. So my 5's cancel, and that 3a falls straight down. Negative 14 times 5 will give me a negative 70. Then I'm going to undo multiplication with division. Now again, you might have to use a calculator here, but our key is that we do not want a rounded decimal. So when you type this in your calculator, you're going to get negative 23.3 repeating, but as a fraction, negative 70 over 3 is simplified, and so that would just be our final answer. Number 6. Okay, so my variable's over here, so I want to focus on this side. This 6 is attached with addition or subtraction, so I'm going to look in front of it. That is a positive 6, so I'm going to subtract 6. My 6's cancel, which leave me with a negative W over 4. Now, you could choose to do this as 2 separate steps, but I know most of my students like to do it in one because it's less work. And they pull that negative and that 4 at the same time. And so they undo dividing by multiplying, and they just multiply by negative 4 all at once. So those cancel, which leaves me with a W, and negative 4 times 6 is a negative 24, where W equals negative 24. Now, we still have this idea that we talked about yesterday, that when we have multiple things in the numerator, that's really in parentheses. So that y minus 4 is in parentheses, which means parentheses come last. So I cannot move that 4 because that 4 is in parentheses, so I have to move that 2. So I undo dividing by 2 by multiplying by 2. So that gives me y minus 4 equals negative 20, right? These 2's cancel, and that y minus 4 comes straight down. Then I can move the 4, and I'll undo subtracting 4 by adding 4. And I'll get y equals negative 16. Okay, so next thing, we're going to draw our line down. Here's our variable. But again, this top is in parentheses. So I'm focusing on this side, and I normally undo addition and subtraction first. That top is in parentheses, so I have to move that 4 first. So I'm going to undo dividing by 4 by multiplying by 4, which makes that a plus 7 fall down. And I'll subtract the 7, and I'll get a equals 29. Okay, last one. Again, this top is in parentheses, so I'll undo dividing by 7 by multiplying by 7. My 7's cancel, which will give me a W plus 5. And I'll undo my adding 5 by subtracting 5. Okay, W equals 2.